Hey everyone, this is Tom Hanks. Welcome to another stream. Today we will have the second race in the 1985 season of the Classic Rally competition. And I will just go ahead and start BeamNG in just a second. As always, it's going to take a moment to actually switch. But as soon as it does, we're going to be just fine. Okay, so today we will have the Jungle Rock Island Dirt Stage 2. So that'll be this right here. This is my own car. And yep. So I'm gonna have a few practice runs. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't been practicing this off camera with these cars. So we might have a rather long stream ahead of ourselves today. Oh yeah, also I cleared cache for some other troubleshooting reasons, so the level has to load in. Okay, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. Okay. Right. Yep. That can definitely happen with a car like this. Ouch. Yep. Yep, it broke the front suspension. Accidentally double upshifted. Shit. Was going pretty decently until then, but Okay, now it's over. Almost thought I still had it, but... Why am I doing this? Yeah, man, why am I driving these cars on this track? Oh shit! Oh. Oh man. Yeah. Give me a second here. Sorry. Okay, good. So... Right. Much better. Hammer down. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Man, I'm really struggling today. So that was already... That was already doomed right there at that first bend. Not the smoothest way of going around that, but a way of going around it without crashing at least. You actually need to brake for this corner in these cars because they're so fast. Oh, come on. Ah, so close. I thought I could sneak by, but this car is too wide for that. Those rear arches. You get stuck on anything. It counts. Cross the line on 3 wheels. But we did cross the line after all, so that's what counts. So, first actual competing car is going to be the AZL KR7HC. Alright, I remember this was the car that only turns when you use the handbrake. Yep, I mean... The split time's not bad though, compared to my car anyway. That's a 139.4. Good time. Anything under 140 is actually pretty damn good here. And this was our first competitor, so this is gonna set the actual benchmark. And next up is the car that won on the automation hill climb, so I have high expectations for this one. Oh okay. Now, if I remember correctly, the previous car that we just saw made 730 horsepower, where this makes I think 610, either 600 or 610. But I gotta tell you, because this is so much lighter, this doesn't feel like it's making 100 something less horsepower. It feels like it's making 100 more horsepower than the last car. Ah, just a little bit too tight of a line there. This is a poor run. I did a much better split time last time. Removed catalog, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying your time on the stream. I hope you enjoy seeing me crash. Because if not BeamNG, what other game to do that in? Right, that's what this whole series of challenges is about. Shit. This just accelerates too quickly between those two corners. I gotta brake sooner. Yep. Even though it may not look like it, but I feel like with this car, you know, the gearing is just right, the steering is good, the handling balance is good. Like it's an overall very well balanced, well tuned car, and not just the individual components, but also how they work with each other. But That doesn't change the fact that you have to be a lunatic to even attempt to drive a 600 plus horsepower Group B car on a track like this. So okay, don't do that. Drive with all 4 wheels across the bridge next time, instead of with just 2. I don't know what kept me stuck to the left wall there. Why didn't I downshift? Why did I take 4th gear there? This car drives way better than you may think based on the amount of crashes I've made with it, but the real challenge here is the track. Sure, it was me that chose the track, but in hindsight, probably should have chosen a different one. You never managed to finish a run on this track. Those are encouraging words that I need right now. I don't know why all of a sudden, like the whole time it went over the bridge fine, but that time it got unsettled and kind of went off in one direction. No idea what happened there. See that this time it was even off center and it took it fine. The thing is though, I've already finished with not just my car, but also one competing car, so I don't want to switch tracks now. Oh, come on. See, this is one of the many things that makes this difficult, is the sheer width of these cars, because obviously they are Group B cars and they're supposed to have like massive tires and big fenders, but that means you get caught on stuff way more easily. Complained about this with my own car as well, because my own car is like the Porsche body, and it is like massive rear arches, and those get caught on everything as well. But hey, I mean, I'm the one who made the challenge. I'm the one who told everyone to make something that looks like a Group B car with crazy, you know, aero and stuff like that. So, if anything, it's my fault that all of this is happening. I mean, it is purely my fault. Bad line, but fire it out of the corner just fine, nonetheless. Oh, come on. I got stuck there. Trees just reach out to grab you, yeah. $137.5, there we are. Took long enough. So, based on the fact that I finished with my reference car and 2 competing cars, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more competition cars coming up, this stream is probably gonna take, you know, another hour and a half or so. Well done, thank you. Yeah, and this is the Falcon, so this is the 908, I think, horsepower car. Just to be like, if you thought 600 horsepower was hard to handle here, how about 900? Okay, you know what? This, right off the start, there's a difference here. And that difference is, with the BAC, I always felt like the issue was on me. I always felt like I can definitely finish with the BAC. With this one, however, I'm not sure I can. It's just... it's okay on the first couple of meters on asphalt, but on mud, this is like basically uncontrollable. Who would have thought with 900 horsepower, right? We're still going. I was gonna say I was doing so well. Okay. That probably didn't make much of a difference in terms of that time. 142.5. I'm glad this one's over, but honestly, it didn't take it didn't take nearly as many tries as as with the BAC, but even though the PAC is the much better driving car. That bridge is indeed vicious. Like it can really make the car sort of bounce, and that can really unsettle the car, especially if your car is a little bit lower or stiffer. It takes like a perfect approach, you know, to not make you fly off the track. Oh wait, had to lock the rear diff last time. So I'm gonna do the same here. Maybe I shouldn't lock it on this track. Lock the center diff only. Let's see what that does. Better. Shit. Hey Logoris, so the Falcon just went on the first attempt of it. I was like, dude, I'm never finishing with this car, but it did. It did a 142.5. Out of the 3 cars that went so far, it is currently in 3rd place, but there are still 5 more cars coming, so I don't think you're gonna be last. I think I actually broke the front left suspension on this car. Yup, definitely did. I'm telling you, with the center diff lock, this launches pretty hard in first gear. Maybe I should also try locking the front diff. That was a bad start. Okay, now I carried too much speed into that corner because of the a locked front diff, but it's helping. Gotta readjust, you know. It's helping, yeah. We can see. Oh man. Tell you what, this is not bad though. One 38.1. I think that's actually quicker than my car. Yeah, by 300ths of a second. So basically the same pace as my car, but still good result. Second place so far. Next up, the LLMC Abschied. I know that the creator of the HOS card that we just saw, Hugo Oyon, as he's called on Discord, he sometimes gets made fun of by the Discord user Twingo Boy on Discord for the relatively low horsepower figures that Hugo's cars make compared to some other cars, but he might beat him here, you know? Because the Miranda, which is coming after this, makes 826 horsepower and also features the Porsche body, which I don't know how the heck I'm gonna control that car here, because it was already it's already wild on asphalt. But then here, oh no, 141.3. I'm sorry, LLMC, but that wasn't meant to happen. But still, 141.3. Next up, the Miranda Sahara 2.8 RSBX all-wheel drive. Now this is, I don't know if I'm gonna finish in this car. I said that about the Falcon, and then I finished what, third try or something, fourth. But this is a different beast. It may not make quite as much horsepower as the Falcon, but it's got longer gearing, and so when the boost comes on, it's on for longer. Yeah, and the suspension is just... This car is not made for this track, I can already tell. Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be difficult. Yeah, okay, so this... I'm gonna give this a few more attempts, obviously, but... I feel like this is pretty much gonna be impossible, and I'm ready to... If I really can't finish with this car, I'm ready to give it a DNF here, because this is just... Okay. So similar fate to the Falcon then. 141.4. Second to last place. So the two most powerful cars are going to be the in last and second to last place here, it seems. Except maybe this one. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a test run here and see which diffs I want to lock on this track. Okay, let's go with front and center on this one as well, just like on the other one. Now try again. It's crazy, this first split took 6.4 seconds, which I think is a full second longer than on like the HOS and some other cars. And once, if one car takes 5 seconds for a short sprint and then one takes 6, some people may say that's only a second, but in racing, that's a lot. You know, losing a full second on the first 5 seconds of a track is massive. There goes the front splitter, I think. And I remember when at that checkpoint where we just were, so not this one but the last one, I remember when we did like the off-road truck series, and like anything below 1 minute at that checkpoint was basically like unthinkable, and now this is gonna be the slowest car with a 57 second time there. Hey, Opel Zafira. Yeah, so the Slame MG 2000 Group B is gonna be the slowest car here, because I think that the Snow Leopard, which is gonna be our last car for today, I think it's gonna beat the Slame, definitely. Is it gonna take a stab at the BAC? I think so, But can it do it? I don't know. So first place right now is the BAC. Second place I think was with a 138.1. That was the, which one was it? Not the Falcon. Not the LMC. The HOS, right? The HOS, yeah. Yeah, it broke something there. Power is not everything on this track. And dude, off the line, this thing is actually the quickest in the first split. Even though this is the least powerful car in the entire field. But that just shows you what a well-tuned, naturally aspirated engine this is. This only makes 405 horsepower. But you wouldn't know it from driving this, because it certainly doesn't feel like it's giving up a lot of power compared to the other cars. It's well geared. It's got a lot of torque, despite being only a 3-liter. And by a lot of torque, I mean, you know, the peak torque figure is obviously not gonna be as high as a turbo engine, but it's got an amazing torque band. And the gearing matches that very well. Yeah, it actually accelerates too quickly. So this is what you can do with a naturally aspirated engine. Whereas the last car, you know, the Slame that we just had, that was the slowest car, that has not only a V12 as opposed to the Boxer 6 in this, but it's also a 4-liter rather than a 3-liter, making 45 more horsepower, and yet it feels miles slower. See, 5.0 on that first split, whereas the last car was like 6.5. Every time I get in this car, I gotta change my driving style a little bit, because you steer this car mostly with the throttle. Which is a beautiful thing when you get it right. But it does take getting used to. $140.3, really? I thought this was gonna be quicker. How did what happen then? So 140.3. So the winner for a second consecutive race is gonna be the BAC Raider ERV once again. And yep, 610 horsepower proved to be more than enough on this track. How did your car do so well? It's a combination of good torque and also not not more power than the car can handle on this track, because obviously this being mud, there is less grip here than there was even on the gravel surface of the automation track. And so while a lot of the more powerful cars were completely overwhelmed by the excessive amounts of horsepower, your car was way more controllable, and also um, out of the out of a number of tight corners, thanks to the good torque, you were able to accelerate pretty quickly, and you were able to put the power down, whereas a lot of other cars, well, were basically just spinning up. So second place is going to be the HOS, third place is going to go to the AZLK. Fourth place is going to be the Snow Leopard. Fifth place is going to be the LLMC. Then we're going to have the Miranda, which came sixth this time, but it was third last time. And then after that we have the Falcon, which unfortunately also reversed its placing. It was second last time, now it's second from last, only seventh. But funny how first place and last place is the same as last time, but then second and third are reversed. So basically almost everything is reversed from last time, but first and last is the same as on the automation track. So this gives the BAC Raider a very comfortable lead. It's got 16 points, whereas the Falcon that came second on the first race, it's now at only 9 points. And then so is the HOS. And then the Snow Leopard is at 10. Yeah, so I don't want to say too much, but it looks like the BAC basically already won the season right here. But we'll have to see. Anything can happen on Pikes Peak. We know that the BAC is a very drivable car, a well-rounded car, but it is not the most powerful car in the field. And Pikes Peak really favors the high horsepower cars. So it is still among the quicker cars. So it will probably still do well, but for first place, I'm gonna probably say that the Miranda might take first at Pikes Peak, because yes, the Falcon is more powerful, but its close gear ratios I think hamper the acceleration just a little bit, whereas the Miranda has longer gearing, so when it gets on boost, it's kind of it surges for longer until you have to shift. Hey Speed4, thank you for following. But unfortunately, today's stream is gonna get wrapped up right here. I will stream again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time, where we will have the third and last race of the 1985 season. So I hope to see you guys again there. And I also, of course, I hope you enjoyed this stream. And yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Until then, have a good one and see you next time. Goodbye.